Semi-final is underway. Best of 9 frames between Carl Barrett and Alex Pace. It's Rob Higgins broadcasting live from the Launceston Workers Club in Tasmania. Shortly I'll be joined on the mic by Les Higgins, who's just come off the semi-final defeat against Kurt Dunham. And I'm sure I might just have a quick word to Les before I vacate the chair. Les, well, I've been watching you on TV, believe it or not, even though I'm in the same room as the TV, but the game was in the balance. It was on a nice edge here for plenty of occasions. Just explain to us what happened with the red and the black and the respotting with Adrian, because a lot of people were asking about that. You were obviously...
It's a fair call, and in the end it was probably the right decision. I asked if the black was touching the red, given that the black was fully on its spot. The spot, it's one of those older type spots that you tend to get a bit of a groove in it. So when Adrian tried to respot it, or when he did respot it, there was a gap there, so it was a fair call. The ball could respot, but I guess realistically it shouldn't have been able to go on its spot, given that it was touching to start with and the black was on it. But look, the game was played in good spirits. Kurt didn't play as well as we know he can. I guess I brought him down to my level. He had a couple of good outs there. I struggled to pop the long balls, and that let me down. But look, when you're playing against Kurt, you're double thinking every time you're going for a shot. So again, to his credit, he's in the final. He's the best player, and he's going to be mighty hard to beat too.
Yeah, absolutely, Les. I think the comment from a couple of our seasoned players was that you brought a little bit of a street fight to Kurt. In other words, you took him out of his comfort zone, because he's played a couple of matches on this table 4 that we're watching now at the moment and been drilling the long bombs. But of course, when you're under pressure, semi-final of a major event like this, and he was finding it hard probably just to get to the post late. But obviously, in the end, he's made the final as the number 1 seed and the Oceania champion. And of course, the other big news is the first Tasmanian-born player to turn pro. Of course, James Dionaris was the second, but of course, Jamie born elsewhere.
Exactly, and look, full credit to Kurt. He's put in the hard yards. He's reaping the rewards. You get out of this game what you put in, and you can see that he's put a lot of practice in. Yeah, he's very heady. He doesn't get flustered. Just getting back to the game, I did have a chance in that last frame. I overcut that yellow ball, and I played it with a touch of right-hand side against the net, which took it to the left marginally, which was enough to jeopardise the pot. I got chock-a-block behind the green, but of course you've got to put the ball that's on. So look, on reflection, definitely the better player won the game. The better player on the weekend won the game. But it just goes to show, like you say, if you're in for the battle and you want a street fight, I certainly wasn't out there to pop balls and be flashy or anything like that. It used to be my game. I'm not capable of that anymore. So you've got to have both sides of the game, and this is where Alex and Carl are starting to come to the fore as well. Nice shot there by Carl. And they're really starting to mix and match their games. They've played each other quite a few times now, and I think Carl has had the scores over Alex, but this is a different ball game again, as I say. The conditions out there were very humid, I felt, because of the rain that we had. The cloth is... Salty's coming in. Maybe we can't be heard, is that correct? Maybe that's a good thing.
Maybe I'm whispering Ted Lowe. I've taken over.
So the conditions were a bit sticky out there, so you can't get your free-flowing game going. And I think that's what affected Kurt. I see he's changing his tip at the moment as well. So
Oh dear.
I've forced him into changing his tip. So I can see that Alex and Kyle are fantastic potters of the game, but they've got a lot of respect for each other. So I can see a fair bit of safety being played here as well.
Yep. This coincidentally is not a replay, obviously, because it was the longer version, but they played off in the Australian Under-21 Snooker Championship. A great shot. That's a great shot. At the Brunswick Club just recently, and of course which Carl won, and the first two Tasmanians to have played off in a national title. So
you future, Rob, I can see these guys going all the way. As we said before, they've got great families, a lot of support, which you need. But they're putting in the hard yards as well, and again, you only get out of it what you put in. So they've got great little stances. They've done their homework, studied the professionals. They're going away, playing in major tournaments, playing against the best in the world, and they can only go better for others when they come back. He's just got down and hit that, which is a bit unusual.
Yeah.
I think Carl will elect to. I reckon he'll play it from where it lies. It's a good leave.
I reckon. I'll just have a quick chat to Salty. I just got a text message from one of our colleagues that maybe the audio might be coming through, so I'm just trying to catch Salty's eye. So we're still good, Andrew. We're streaming up. Yep. So for the viewers watching at home, I just got a text message from one of our colleagues that said he couldn't hear us. Maybe he needs to turn up his volume. We're probably talking about Woody. May or may not be called Phil Woodham.
Woody's probably in the bath singing Roger Whittaker songs.
Yeah, Roger Whittaker songs. But it's good to get the feedback. We'd looked at the live stream, bearing in mind there's a major 8-ball event on as well, and we had slightly better numbers than them, so there's a bit of interest in what we see in this vid.
Carl's in here, and bearing in mind Carl has the highest break of 75, which is the maximum for the 6 red. It's equivalent to the 147 in the main game. And he's full of confidence too, Carl. He's a great little player to watch. He dashes around the table, and he's a fantastic potter.
Just in case you've joined us late, we're broadcasting live from the Launceston Workers Club, the 2016 Australian National 6 Red Snooker Championship, sponsored this year by Monson Logistics, Steadfast Taswide, and of course Bogues. And we actually had some rain in Tassie over the last couple of days. It finally rained, and boy did it rain this morning, Les.
It certainly did. There was thunder and lightning, and I thought that was just Luke in the next bed next to me, but it wasn't. Luke's had a great tournament too. He pushed Carl all the way there in the quarterfinals. Just a loose last red, and then Carl potted out to clinch it 4-2, I think it was.
Yeah, and of course Alex came off a cliffhanger against 6-time Tassie snooker champion and Graham Pickett to get up to win his quarterfinal match 4-3.
And that went down to the wire too, Rob. I was playing at the time.
Yeah,
was it a black ball game?
Absolutely. I think it might have been a pink ball from memory. But and of course you created a lot of interest on table 1, where you looked dead and buried when Zach got a very good snooker on you, and you managed to get out of it. And
Zach's a very accomplished player. He had me in all sorts of pain there, which you quite often see in the 6 red. You get the last red that sits in behind the pink ball.
Yep.
And then once the snooker's played down near the brown, or in the D, it's very hard to get out of. So you're giving away foul and misses all the time.
Yep.
Particularly when you're heading down towards the pink and the black. I think it's about 45 second delay. Carl's still on this break here, looking good. Great shot to hold there, very hard to hold going across the nap. You can see a lot of finger marks on there now, the nap's lifting. And Rob, the way he's playing at the moment, I can't see him missing a ball here.
No, you're right. He's looking full of authority right at the moment. The referee for this, or 2 referees for this match, in fact, is Terry Adams from Launceston, and you'll see Lionel Young sitting up in the background, and of course Lionel shared the last 4 or 5 frames in the commentary with me, and they'll alternate frames, and of course later on we'll have the legend himself doing some frames. No, not me, stop looking at me like that. Terry Collins, because we'll get to see him in action. We've shielded him from the quarters and the semi-finals today, but we'll see him in action on the best of 11 frame final later on this afternoon, and we look like we're going to be in for a late-ish type of finish, I'd suggest.
Rob, Carl just needs to drop the blue here so that Alex needs snookers.
Yep.
But he's obviously trying to get position on this red.
35, you're
35
correct,
at the
yep,
moment,
just
so
updated.
He probably rolled down for the black here, come off the cushion, get himself a half a ball angle to go back up to the yellow, or screw back for the blue. That's a safer shot. Needs to drop short, which he has, just off dead straight there. So for Carl, these are regulation shots. He would have practiced these 100,000 times, I guess, over the
Yeah,
period, as we all
absolutely.
do. Probably not so much you, Rob.
Definitely not me, Les.
That's a great shot. He's held that well, so he's just got to dig back here. He wants to get fairly straight on the green, just stun it in for the brown. Great little cast. Played it perfect.
This should be an out, Les. We'll think from here. Yep.
Sure. Pink's off its spot. I'm sure Carl will navigate his way around the table here. He's got a bit low on that, has he?
I think he's got enough. Les.
That's a shame.
Expect
He
the
just lifted his
unexpected,
head and on the shot then, if you noticed.
Yeah.
And if Salty can get a replay of that one.
So the first frame goes to Carl Barrett, so he leads 1-0. Of course, the race to 5, best of 9 frames, semi-final. Coming up later is obviously the final over the best of 11 frames. Kurt Dunham has already made his way through into that final. He's the Oceania champion and the number 1 seed for this tournament. We're broadcasting live out of the Launceston Working Men's Club. You're listening to the Deadly Duo, Rob and Les Higgins. And later we'll be joined by some of the other players in the room, so we can have some little cameos and all that kind of thing. The feedback's been pretty good. We've been checking the internet site, and got a few people online that are listening and watching us, which is great. The TASQ Sports have done a fantastic job, just sending out this footage the way they've done over the last 2 days. Initially we were only going to live stream today, but of course we did matches yesterday.
Someone probably should tell Lionel that the green and the brown's not on the right spot there, Rob.
Yep. If someone could get the attention of Luke Webb, could you please get the colours just respotted, the ball colours? That would be terrific. So Lionel's marched in and
probably should grab the brown as well.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all happening, as they say.
Just someone tell Lionel to leave the blue pink completely. He's fine now.
Yeah. The only thing that could have gone wrong, they could have reversed the reds, I guess. Just
I found on the slippery table the break was a bit tricky for me. It's okay if you're playing all the time on these really fast cloths, but when you play side, the ball tends to mass you off before it gets to the object ball.
Yeah.
And a couple of times I hit it far too thick, thus white ball coming straight back in or nearly hitting the pink. So Kurt certainly took advantage of that.
Yes,
so
I think your
let's
second
see
frame
how
was that.
Alex goes here. He's elected just to play the normal
break.
off the break, and invariably you go up and hit the blue when you just play that normal half a ball shot, and you get that red that comes down and sits where the black is. That's a typical cluster after the normal just break off half a ball. So generally you still do the professional zip off 2 cushions past the blue up in behind the, preferably the brown or the green.
Well, that's another good opening again. Yeah.
He's in
Bit unlucky. Gets a kiss. He's probably right in again.
He's been a bit unlucky. You notice that the white's starting to pull up a bit now with the moisture in the air and the cloth getting a bit heavier.
Yeah, that was an observation we had in your match where balls were running on clearly yesterday. They appeared to be pulling up. TV can give you a different view, obviously, from the angle that we are at. As we explained to the viewers before, we're watching off the TV tables in the distance. Only someone like Luke Webb can look up over and top and see the actual table. So sometimes we get a slanted view. We had it in your match, Les, where we thought a ball may or may not have been on, or you could have potted something clean.
Yeah, correct. So
You'll see.
That is brilliant. And he's
That's
played
brilliant.
for that too, you can see.
Yeah.
So I don't think he can manoeuvre the white ball much here. He'd be looking just to chip back a bit, probably get that red in the centre perhaps. Yep.
Not down. Played it with some authority. Good call, Les.
Bit hard to tell with the angle of this red where the black is. He'd probably elect to take this red on the right hand side of the pink into the centre. Hold for the blue. Great little shot, it's dropped short again. Alex tends to wind the cue up a bit, which you've got to be careful on these slippery cloths. Sometimes the shorter back swing, you get better connection, you're more deliberate with it.
What did you think of the tournament overall, Les?
Fantastic, Rob. Look, as you know, it's a late minute entry, and we're always intending to come up and support this, but to see 20 players, and we call them from all over Australia because they do come from different parts of Tasmania. We still hold Kurt as our own, as a Tasmania. Great to see Teresa Whitten here as well, and Zach, and the guys from Burnie and from Hobart that came up as well. So I must say that, you know, whilst people do complain that the money or the prize money for the winner probably isn't big enough, when you consider that the winner of this event may be considered to represent Australia, your own country, in Egypt in the World 6 Red Snooker Championships, the money is second, comes along second when you've got that opportunity to go and represent your country. So look, when people say, I'm not coming, it's not worth enough, it's going to cost me too much money, that's a cop-out. So in essence, this tournament, I think, what is it, 1,700 for the winner?
That's right, Les, yep.
And when you consider that you're going to represent your country to play in Egypt, with, I understand, probably mostly sponsorship and funding from the Australian Association, you're probably looking at a $5,000 or $6,000 reward for winning the Australian 6 Red.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the entries, we had early indications late last year and even as recently as the Andrews Atkins Shield, which is a Victoria Tassie match, that a number of players were coming from Victoria. We understand Ryan Thomason's circumstance because he'd gone to England with Neil Robinson. He would have obviously been a draw card if he'd played. But I guess the old saying, it is what it is.
Still on the back here, Rob.
Yeah, I think you're right, Les. He's had a good look at it. This would be a good conference.
Now Higgins says, Carl needs snookers.
Yep. And this will be a good comeback for Alex because, as you said, the way Carl started, and even in his first frame, with his first red.
These guys are full of confidence, and it's great to see. They're our future, I keep saying that, but we've got to foster them and make sure that they come through the ranks and get all the support that they can get.
So a nice 29 there.
Thanks, Shaw Grundy, for tuning in and telling us we're a bit quiet. I haven't been told that one before. Perhaps you could send me a Facebook message and see how we're going now. I'll expect a text in about 45 seconds.
Yes, we appreciate any feedback, and we don't mean through the microphone either, so if you can send us a text message to let us know that you're listening, that would be great.
Actually, I've got another text here from Big Phil Woodham, so good to hear that he's tuning in. That was 10 minutes ago. No audio on live stream, so perhaps you could text me back with something a bit more useful next time, and let us know if you can hear us or not now.
That may have something to do with his earplugs though, Les. He may not have taken them out. You know what Woody's like.
I think Alex has been a little bit unlucky there. A bit more heavier roll. He's right behind the black. Carl might need to just swerve a fraction here.
Yeah, from our angle, it looks like he can hit it pretty clean. I think it's where he's going to leave the white and the red. He relation to each other. Frame's very much alive, obviously. Yep, played well.
A fair chunk of that, and he's played a
He's
beautiful
played it
shot.
perfectly.
But the worst part here for Alex is that the red is near the black. So if you miss the red, there's a big chance that you're going to cop the black and give away 7, virtually double points. He's got straight down and hit again, Robbie. So
He's got it. Unfortunately, you can't have it all. He's got out of the snooker, saved himself the foul and a miss.
If you just get down and hit it like that, you've got to have a purpose for it.
Yep.
At that pace, you hit it, you're always going to stick it up or leave it near the pocket.
Yep.
So he's got to start thinking a bit harder about his safety shots now. Take the time, because you are going to get punished if you don't.
Now, this could be a big turnaround in this frame where we were thinking probably a couple of minutes ago that it looked like it was a good reply at 1-all. Now suddenly Carl may be in the driver's seat, or depending on what he does with the thread in his position.
And Rob, what I said then about Alex and the way he gets down, that's no disrespect to him. He's a great little player, but he needs to realise that if you just get down and hit the balls without realising where they're going, you are going to get punished. So once he corrects that, he's going to be a greater little player.
Interesting shot by Carl then. He could have gone anywhere really. Now he's confronted with the blue that appears to be on, but before that I thought his option was the pink and then work his way up to the yellow, so it's plan B, I guess.
Well, he needs a colour here.
Yep.
It's 27 the diff.
That's right.
Ideally, he'd like to pot a colour. Otherwise, he needs a snooker to win. He could draw.
Yep.
But he might try to just wick off this and get behind the black. The pink.
So he's played that with good weight. No.
Yeah, he's been a bit unlucky. He's copped it a bit thin there, a bit thicker. He ducks right in behind the black, and it would have been a shocker to get out of. I think this is a regulation shot off the rail for Alex. Take your time, work out where the Sheila ball is going.
Well, Liz, you'd be happy. We've just looked out the corner of our eye, and Carlton are leading 3 goals 1-1, goal 1 with a bit of biffo, and so it's.
Because I'm a Carlton supporter, and my partner Tracy is a Essendon supporter. So we don't talk about the football.
No.
Actually, we don't talk about much at all.
No, I've noticed that.
Trace is fantastic. Former Tasmanian lady snooker champion 3 times. We've been fortunate over the past to have some great champions. Ronelle Brady, 6 times winner. Also won the Australian 8-ball championship the first time it was played for the ladies. Pam Robertson. If it wasn't for Pam's fear of flying, we would have seen her name splattered all over the Australian championship record.
That's true.
She made it through to 2 semi-finals that I know of, and that's when it was played here in Tasmania. Once down in Hobart, once in Launceston.
Yep.
But Pam was just a great curist, fantastic person, and we miss her not playing anymore.
Yes, of course, we all know she's not in the best of health, and it's quite sad, really. We made her a life member of the Southern Association a couple of years ago, along with Denzel McGifford and Ronelle Brady. Women had given a lot to the game over a long period of time.
So Carl's got a big opportunity here to actually pot out. So I don't know if he will elect to try to get a snooker and win the game. He's going for the throat here.
Yep, I think stick to what you know. I reckon, Les. Like, I think he'll go for the out, and because I mean, if you look at where the balls are, they're very gettable. Like the black is obviously a positional shot, but first of all we've got to navigate these few colours, and I expect he'll clean the green, the brown, and blue up.
I think Alex's shot. We were talking about other things when he got out of the snooker when the white was near the black, he went down the table into baulk and then back out to hit the yellow. I thought his shot may have been off the left rail to splatter the yellow in, move it around the table, and the white stays up the top, or down the bottom if you like.
So now we're at
Carl's definitely going for the out here,
Yep.
Rob.
Yep. I got one right. I got a few wrong in your match, Les, I have to say.
We're a bit erratic.
I made a call and it didn't transpire, so he's got a little angle for the pink, so that's good. He's clearly going to be shooting at the black. I think we could cash the pink in, knowing Cale's ability.
He's looking to get right over on the rail here behind the black.
Yep.
Could be a bit tricky. He's got to pump it.
He's playing it all right. It's slowed up.
Yep.
I think you're right, Les. He's forced into the red. Rest, I should say. Which is
So if Carl puts this black, it gets respotted. They toss a coin to see who breaks.
very positive.
Okay.
Very positive.
So we're back to this respot here.
So it's even money, Les, on this frame in particular. Depends.
Played a lot of games in the past with respotted blacks, and some people elect to break, as opposed to generally you see whoever wins the toss, they send their opponent in to break straight away. Similar to billiards, I guess. You can play a good safety shot off the break.
I recall a famous one with you and Greg Watt in the semi-final of the Tasmania Championship with a respotted black. You won the toss and doubled it in. And I think Greg headed towards the toilet.
Greg and I are still best of mates, and he's probably still in the toilet. I understand he's in New Zealand at the moment, so if he's watching, g'day mate. Hope all is well. Generally, you play this fairly thick, avoid the double kiss, and send the black up near the brown spot.
Well, he's played something a bit different there, but he's either way safe. Unless Alex.
It's not a bad shot. He's forced him into doing something.
I agree. He's got to be leaving the black down behind its spot,
It's not
whatever
a
happens.
regulation safety shot, is it?
No. He looks like he's winding up a bit on it as well. That's it's one out of left field.
So I'm tipping Alex had a real crack at the double there.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you've led up in a game, you get a bit frustrated and lash out at those type of balls. We've all done it.
Yep. Either way, it's a good shot.
It's, get out of jail free card, that one for
Yeah,
Carl.
absolutely.
He's used up one of his cards. Mind you, in saying that, he played it at the pace, thinking that if he misses, the black will draw out.
Just in case you've just joined the broadcast, just repeating that in the first semi-final today, Kurt Dunham from Victoria, the Oceania champion, has made his way through to the best of 11 frames final this afternoon, defeating Les Higgins 5-3, semi-final. We've got Les commentating now.
This is not as easy as it looks, viewers. However,
There you
it's
go.
probably quite actually, it was very easy in the end for someone of Carl's ability. So once again, and I hope I don't have to keep on saying this, Alex has played a loose shot.
Yes.
I don't think the double was the shot to play there.
No.
It was more of a safety shot.
He will learn in time, Les. I guess that's the old thing. You can't put an old head on
again,
young shoulders.
He's a great little player, and I love the kid. We've spent some time together, and he's a brilliant little player. But when you're in these situations, you've just got to take that extra little bit of time to think about your shots, particularly when you're playing safety. It's not just a matter of sending the white ball into no man's land. You have to pick out a spot on the table, whether behind the green, yellow, or whatever. Make your brain work and do the work.
Yeah, you're quite correct, Les.
And again, no disrespect to Alex, because he's a fantastic little player and a great kid. So here we have 2-0 to Carl Barrett. We were steering 1-1 in the face there, but Carl's pinched that one. Great little pot out and getting the black at the end. So Carl's electing to just chip off the pack as well. So they're both finding it very tricky when they're playing beside. The ball's deviating or biting into the nap a bit too much.
I noticed that Kurt, and you probably did it yourself, were playing the standard break off the 15 red pack and generally getting up in that position. I noticed yesterday a number of people were trying to get the back reds thin, and they're in no man's land. It's almost like it's still the same shot, but they're not appreciating it. Having refereed a few up close yesterday, but Kurt in particular stayed true to his form today. The standard break, he scattered a few, got up behind the green-brown kind of area. Nothing's changed in that respect.
Kurt's a seasoned campaigner, and when he breaks, he doesn't just send it up into baulk. You can bet that it's on the rail.
Yep.
Or chock-a-block behind one of the colours there. So the break wins the game for you.
Yeah.
In this competition.
How did you find the foul and the miss rule yesterday, Les? Because as you know, we've made consistency for the referees and all that sort of thing, so it was an automatic
It was
thing.
interpreted great by everybody. Well, virtually every foul was called a miss, which is the way it should be.
And of course, appreciating the fact it's a big penalty and a compressed rack, where there's only 75 points available. It obviously had an influence on several frames. In particular, if we look on the screen now, you'll see the red perched behind the pink, and often in some of the frames later on, someone plotted the second last red.
Like that.
This was a big ball. In fact, actually a game-changing
Rex
ball.
Wayne has just come up to the commentary, and he's trying to pinch the last pie with sauce. So
Yeah, well, I've taken a bite out of it, and it's cold.
Jennifer, if you could just get Rex out of this area, he's starving.
Of course, we're talking about the state billiards and snooker president, Rex Swain, who's, I have to say, looking in really, really good spirits. Wasn't travelling so good here a little while ago, but we had a number of people nurturing him, and he's bounced back. He's been here all weekend. His enthusiasm in putting this on and believing in it, and it's gone ahead fabulously, and got hats off to you, Rex. Obviously you'll be saying something in the presentations later.
Rob, I don't know if you saw that shot. Alex he's been a bit unlucky. He's broken up the reds, got the black out, but unfortunately the red has gone right over near this bottom left pocket. But he nearly got in behind the yellow ball.
Yep.
So it was a great little shot. He's just been a bit unfortunate where that red has gone.
Yep.
Otherwise a great hit.
What's the colour, do you think, Les? He's a bit straight on the red.
I think the blue he'll be coming up for, maybe.
He's dropped in this.
He's just elected to drop that in, so
Yeah,
he's played the percentages there.
Yep.
Oh, the black's actually on the side.
We've just got an updated
Couldn't tell
TV angle,
from
like you
our
can.
angle.
Yeah, the viewers at home can see what he's been playing for. We're assuming the picture is right and it looks like it's on.
He'll play this at a pace where it'll aim higher than the jaw. It'll come. He's hit the
Looks like it's low.
Yeah, he hit it far too thick. He had to aim high because of the nap on
Nap will
this
pull
table
it down.
it's pulling in probably half a ball in those slow shots.
There's a cloth just recently, new cloth on, courtesy of our sponsor, CLNS, great supporter of Australian Billiards and Snooker. Oh, in fact, all Q Sports.
Great shot. He needs a jaw here. Oh,
those impressive looking signs in the background there. Monson Logistics are the major sponsor of the event this year, and hopefully we've got them on a long-term partnership. Bruce Monson, and we had Darren Young here today, of course Lionel Young's son is one of their managing directors, so it's been great support for this tournament.
Fantastic shot. I don't know if you saw the shot that Alex played off the black there to get down onto that back red. A professional shot. He might just try to hold for this back red here. He's played it well.
Very well.
He might have got just a bit straight on this red. He might have to pump it in. Very deceptive on this angle.
It's only the third frame, Les, but we've already got a couple for the highlights reel.
He's really jigging off this one.
Needs a bounce.
The ball's just pulling up now.
Yep.
So when it comes to the final, I'm hoping that they brush it and iron it.
Yep.
Just to liven it up a bit.
This is what we spoke about earlier on, Les, that the last red you'll notice perched behind that pink ball.
Yeah, look, Alex will just be
crucial.
drop this in.
Yep. It's
That deserved to go in. That is a fantastic shot. Now, he's got a commanding lead here. Has he got another 7 to go on there? Oh, that's it.
it's got
24.
24.
Look, I reckon he'll be looking to just drop this in.
Ah, he's played.
See, he's looking for the pot out there. You've just got to play the percentages.
We just saw the slow motion replay of that, and it did hang. It seemed like an eternity, but
So Rob, just getting back, that red that Alex potted, he should have just rolled that in and then played the snooker.
Yep.
It wins the frame from
it's a big play in the 6 red.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a big play in snooker anyway, but it's a bigger thing, particularly with the foul and the miss.
And even having a crack at that blue, you've just got to shut up shop.
Yep, this was his frame to lose because he was
So
commanding it.
Carl only has to put this long bomb. Well, I say only, but it's a very tough shot. He puts it and avoids kissing the black. He's back up for the blue. The colours are looking pretty good. And typical Carl has knocked in another long bomb. I don't think the blue's an option now, is it? With where the pink is. He wants to get back up onto that yellow ball.
I think he's giving a lot of consideration to the blue run around. We're just on a slightly trickier angle because
It's probably the right ball to play the yellow here and get back on the yellow.
yep, I think he's looking at it. He's definitely looking at it.
May have dropped a bit short here, it's a bit hard to see. No, it's fine.
So he only just needs to run through it a little bit less.
This is probably the critical shot of the frame now, Rob. He drops this, all the colours are available. He misses, it gives Alex another chance to get back to the table.
Can't tell from this angle.
It almost sounded that he got, like he got a kick. It didn't sound like a clean contact. So Alex is back in here now. I can't see him losing this frame. Nice smooth cueing. So
Again,
he's
that's dropped short.
well short.
Yeah, well short.
Now Alex will have a crack at this.
Yep. Well, this is his black really. He pots the green, and of course then Carl needs a snooker. reading Alex's psyche, you'll take it on. Unless I've missed something. I think you'd probably play safe, Les, do you think?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, take it on.
Given the fact that he only needed one ball and he could lash out at it,
Yep.
I saw it as a shot to nothing.
That was his
didn't
black.
stay in the pocket. However, if the game was in the balance, it was maybe a safety shot there.
He's got a bit of due diligence, gone up and checked the scoreboard to see that he has a 26-point lead with 22 points available. So Carl Barrett requiring snooker.
So Carl might even elect to put the brown here and then look to get a snooker on the blue, which means he can win by 1 point. The other way, he gets a snooker, he can only draw, or he needs 2 snookers to win. I think I'll be cashing this brown in here.
Just in case you've just tuned in, you're watching the second semi-final of the 2016 Australian National 6 Red Snooker Championship live from the Launceston Workers Club in Tasmania.
He's had a crack at that. He's half got out of it. No,
I think
he's
it's going
stuck
to pop up.
So this frame will go to Alex. He'll drill this. They've got great little queuing actions, both these kids. We call them kids now. How old are they now? They're 19, I think Carl is.
Well, I think Alex has got one more year in the under-18s. I only know that he told me today.
Julie Pace has just told her that her little man that's much taller than her is 17 at the moment. Standing 10'4", is that correct?
Oh, we've turned away and Alex has gone in off the blue by the looks of it. So,
well, I didn't see that.
no, many
Can
people.
we just ask the boys what happened there?
Yes, he's gone in off the blue. He's potted the blue and gone in off, what I'd say. So it just doesn't pay to take our eyes off the TV screen, Les. What happened?
Can we get a replay of what happened with that blue, please? Yeah. That's a great little shot by Carl. That is a huge shot. In saying that, Carl still needed snookers, didn't he?
Yes. So the third frame goes
Here's this
to...
blue here. We're just going to replay it.
Just going to have a quick look at this. We turned our heads away, Les, when this happened. The action, we were counting the frame over. We've got it on a freeze at the moment. We just want to see what happened with the blue.
I thought he potted, or was it the brown?
He's potted the brown and then he's potted the blue. This is the bit we've missed, obviously.
Ah, he's gone in off.
So, yep.
Okay, trap for young players.
Yeah. So suddenly So we're back to the live action, and Carl Barrett leads 2-1, race to 5 in the best of 9. This is the second semi-final, the Australian 6 Red National Snooker Championship, live from the Launceston Workingmen's Club. Our sponsors, our major sponsor, is Monson Logistics, supported by Steadfast Taswide and of course Bogues.
So it'll be interesting to see how they break again, how Alex breaks here. I'm tipping he'll just clip off the last red, half a ball, or a bit thinner. Yep, no side. So they don't have confidence with side on the white ball at the moment, on that long shot. One spit, I guess. It happened to me. I played too much side and it virtually went in off or came back into him. And the
Yes.
black is so critical, it decides the frame.
I noticed, I think in your second or third frame today, you got it very full. You virtually lit it up, and the white was down in amongst the reds. So it's a walk-up start in a 6-red comp.
So Carl's got a shot to nothing here. Back up the table, looks good.
Just going to die, but
Again,
it's
it's pulling up, going against the nap.
it is amazing that the pace has gone out of this table, whereas yesterday, obviously we played multiple round robin matches. It was very quick.
Just got to be careful of this back red where it goes here after he plays safe. Yeah, but it's come straight down and hit the black, so he's played it very well.
Yep.
He hasn't really given Carla an escape shot here.
You take this every time. There's a very tall young lady in front of us at the moment. Exacerbated by the fact she's standing on a hearth.
Concentrate on the snooker rod, please.
Okay, back to the live action.
Leave the comedy to me.
We're looking at Jenny Swain and Julie Pace giggling their heads off, sitting back in lounge chairs and all sorts, and looking very comfortable, enjoying the atmosphere, and it's a good atmosphere with a good crowd that's rolled up to watch these two semi-finals.
This is a tough escape shot here for Carl. I think he's even contemplating coming off a couple of rails here and sitting on the back red maybe. Can you hear us?
Another big rap for Tez Q Sports, Andrew Saltmarsh, master of all things the last 2 days, or no, longer than that, last week probably, putting this all together.
So Carl's elected to come off 2 rails and try to sit behind the red ball here, when I believe he can hit clearly the first red up above the pink. So quite rightly, Alex has sent Carl back into bat. Now the rule is, if you can hit a ball on, which quite clearly you can hit those 4 reds on the left hand side up. If he misses this again, if he comes off the rail to try to hit this red and he misses it again, the referee will warn him that if he misses a red ball again, he will lose the frame. So he's got to be a bit careful here if he is playing the same shot again, which is probably a good shot, but he needs to hit it.
This is the advantage in the professionals, Les, where they've got the replay cameras, and if need be, they can seek help for the position of balls.
Replays, isn't it?
Yeah.
Third umpire.
Unfortunately, in the amateur ranks, even though we've got the great coverage here today, we can see the replays often when we're at national events and all that sort of thing.
That looks a bit soft again, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Or has he hit it? So
this is what.
So he's missed this. So the referee, Lionel, should warn the player.
Oh, wait a
being
minute.
Kale.
Hang on. What's happening here? Is he? Oh, yes, he's
putting back.
I thought.
Okay, so a warning should take place here that should Carl miss a red ball, doesn't matter which red he goes for, the game is awarded to his opponent. Now, I don't know if Lionel's aware of
Can
that.
you just get that guy's attention?
So we're just going to get the word out there to Lionel if he doesn't already know the rule.
We've got Terry Collins here, and we're just assuming that Lionel has warned the player that if should he fail to hit the red on this time, he'll lose the frame.
No, okay. I think somebody needs to tell Kale. Probably Terry, if you could go out there, thank you.
So we've got Terry Collins just Johnny on the spot at the moment, because the referees can, in these certain circumstances, not be aware of the warning. So you can see Terry's gone up to the Lionel and had a quiet word with him, because clearly there's full central ball contact. The normal standard rules of snooker apply, except for the foul and the miss variations.
Carl, look, he's very young, but he's got a very wise head. He knows the situation here. He won't be trying to come off the rail again this time. I don't know what he's going to do, but he's certainly going to have a crack at something.
in
I'm
fairness,
not trying to intervene, but this is an Australian Championship with a big prize tag on it.
yeah, and the thing is, because we haven't got all accredited referees on this particular tournament, and we've got some very good local referees who might, might have been unaware of the rule. And it would have been good for the learned people watching at home on the TV who clearly knew the rules of snooker and couldn't understand why the warning wasn't invoked. But
Carl will get over that. I don't think that'll trouble him whatsoever. He's got a very wise head. That is a fantastic pop by Alex. And Carl is going places, so, to be the professional, you can't let things like that worry you, which obviously it hasn't. Alex has come straight back in and dobbed that ball. He's got a tricky shot now to get back down onto the reds. He could elect to take the brown or have a crack at the blue and bring the white back down past the centre.
he's looking bluish from the single. He's played a high risk shot again.
He's sort of half lifted on the shot again. He's still got to stay down and let that cue go through. Keep that action smooth. Still got that red above the pink here. The way he's potting, he'll get this back for the blue.
Nice
Sure
pot.
could pick the racehorses as good as that.
You're going well, Les, today. Alex is in control of this frame at the moment. I guess the only thing that can beat him is him, if that makes sense.
Gee, he's got some work on that one.
It's probably too much in
He's
the finish.
overshoot it.
Yeah, unfair.
He's still got this back red here.
Yep.
Put into the right hand pocket, sending the white ball up the table. Give this a bit of pace, I reckon.
Was that a
Yep.
pun, Les?
A bit of pace, yeah, Alex pace. Now the two back reds here are on for the right hand corner of the screen.
So he's running through, I'm taking.
Absolutely, he'll put this.
Played
He's
it perfect.
uniform. These
played it
kids are
perfect.
great to watch. Now he will put this centre red down for the black. It's a tricky black, that's the only thing. It's off its spot. Wherever he gets, he's got to give the black a bit of pace again, right?
There's not much we can do with this, can we?
No.
We can't change his name.
He's got that tooth.
Drop shot.
He's almost stunned into it instead of pumping through the ball.
Well, you know what a conservative player I am, Les. It's yellow every day of the week for me, and drop him behind the brown. So
Yeah, good call, Rob, but you'd be lucky to hit the yellow, so we'll leave that one alone.
I suspect you're right. He's looking up. He's weighing up the option. The white is going to be up behind the brown or the green. And just leaving Carl wide. He's controlling the frame at the moment. Yep, pretty good weight.
Played it perfect.
He had always had the blue as a cover, and of course the pink with our notorious lone red sitting behind, which has often been the demon ball late in the frame.
That's a great shot too,
Snooker.
because he's knocked the yellow half safe there. Carl's in a world of pain here. He's probably looking at hitting the red near the pink to make it on, but hitting it in such a way that it clips off it and goes back up the table. So he's not looking to get a full ball contact here.
Still a
In
big,
actual fact, if
big
he
shot
does,
in
he
the
loses
context of the
game.
game. Or the frame.
The frame, sorry. Yeah, look, he's played that brilliantly.
Played it well.
The pink's still on.
I just realised you got the stool and I'm standing. How does that work out?
Well, just ask yourself who's the smart one. Now, just an observation there where Alex was queuing. He had his hand up above, on top of the rail. If you don't get as level to the playing surface as you can, do the loop over bridge sitting on top of the rail there. So once you get a hand underneath that, that elevates your bridge, and you're queuing down on the ball, it just makes it all so much harder, and particularly when you're under pressure.
You sound like you're talking about me, Les. That's always bad characteristics. Big shot. I was going to say big shot in the context of this frame.
Now it's 24. Is it going to be 25? 24?
He's 29. Is going to be 6. Carl's going to get the 1, or he's already got the 1. We've missed it. Yes, he's gone to 6, so it's
he
updated.
Might be electing to play snooker here.
Yep, it's dropping on the blue. What do we know? He's potted the pink.
No, we know Carl and Alex too. Well, that was a deceiving angle there.
Yeah.
The pink obviously was always a shot. Now he would be looking at just tucking the white in behind the yellow here, clipping the red out, getting the snooker. Just got to watch for the double kiss on the red here. These are tricky little shots to hold, particularly if there's a bit of nerves there, the blood running through the veins, a bit of adrenaline up. And he's played it perfectly. Those sort of shots, and this comes from 8-ball. Carl does play a lot of 8-ball. He's the state 8-ball champion. And with those little touch shots, I notice he plays them to perfection. And that was no exception there. That was just a brilliant shot. Now with 17 points diff here, this red is so critical, particularly if you happen to get on that yellow. All the balls are up.
Well, Alex has done his usual. He's one hit, one feather or 2 feathers.
And up those shots out.
Yeah.
Because again, he's just got down and hit it. And the result is the bowl on is over the pocket yet again.
And these aren't criticisms.
Definitely not criticisms. He's a great little player. We want to see him do well.
What he has done, though, is open the window or open the door very, very much in favour of Carl.
Now that's come out perfect here. If it's dead straight, Carl's in a position here to screw straight back for that yellow in the centre. The other ball would be the green, of course. So it's a bit hard to tell whether he's straight enough on this blue. And with his cue power, he'll zip this white ball straight back off the rail.
Still think the green's an option somehow.
Yeah,
yep.
I'd take the green every day, but
Yep.
knowing Carl, he does have such a big array of shots. Now that looks pretty sweet from here.
Yep.
I don't think he needs the black either, does he?
They've just updated, so 13 points the difference. We've got 27 on the table.
No, he doesn't need the black.
Played it well.
So once again a loose shot by Alex. Fair enough, he was in a snooker, so he's banking on a bit of luck. Getting out of it. But you can't just get down and do that one hit. You've got to study the shot. Work out where the white's going after it hits the object ball. That stays down.
Lionel. It's been a busy couple of days for the referees here in Launceston. Of course, 40 round robin matches on Friday night and Saturday, so you're allowed one little faux pas. And it created an appropriate amount of laughter in the crowd. No damage.
So Carl's biggest object here is getting from the blue to the pink
your math was sound. You had it. You were all over it early. We took our eyes off. We were waiting for the update, but yeah, your earlier caller was right. The pink is Carl's black. Played pretty well.
So this frame is over. He will eat this pink.
Just checking the scoreboard, make sure that everything's in order. 30 to. We keep looking at the break.
So
it's looking like he gets
high.
high.
He needs a pink. Sorry, he needs a black as well. Now.
Well, we got two things wrong there. He didn't need the pink. Yes.
No. He needed both balls.
Yeah.
Both players need both, but well, it's a black ball game.
You're probably we're obviously we're not looking at the table live. We're looking at the scores as they're coming up, and we're believing what we're seeing. But as you can see,
so
the pink.
Regardless, Rob, it's a black ball game.
Yes. Yep.
One of them can tie. One of them can win, depending on who gets the pink.
Just to clarify for everybody that's watching or viewing this, there's been no alcohol had, so we're very, very fluid and lucid with this, but the scores it's thrown us off.
Oh yeah, and there's certainly no alcohol in the commentary box either, unfortunately.
No.
Can't even get that pie in front of us.
No, my half-eaten cold pie. We're looking forward to a red wine a bit later.
Now, this is a very hard safety shot for Kale. He may elect to bring the pink straight back down onto the black, leaving the white up in baulk. Yeah, look, I don't know. Look, he's tried to play a half safety snooker type shot. It was never the shot.
No.
Look, Carl plays great snooker. That was just a poor shot. So those scores have changed.
The score has changed again. Maybe we were right.
So
I don't know what's something happening with the scoring, but
at home we've had a few technical issues here. The score was what 32.
As we called it originally, and then it got changed, and then.
So we might just check the main scoreboard to see if that was right.
Yeah, we might glance up at the scoreboard. We followed the TV.
Salty's had a moment.
Yeah.
He said he's made an error, but he's a legend in his own error.
Yeah.
I reckon.
We'd made an early call. Les's assessment was right that he didn't need the black, and as it transpired.
That pink. Anyway, so.
Well, there's the one frame before the break, and it's two frames all. How are you reading the match? Can you see a favourite?
Look, early, definitely Kale. The way he was hitting the balls, very sweet. But Alex he's clawed his way back, and look, it's even Stevens at the moment. Two good little cures. They're showing a lot of respect for each other out there. Some of the shots that they're taking on, they probably shouldn't be, but that's just me being conservative as an onlooker. But when they're on, they're going in generally with these two guys. But you do find you have your hot and cold spots during the game, and you can't always cue at your best. So you've got to have that backup plan, where if things aren't going right, you can change your game, and it'll work out for the best.
Thanks for that, Les. For those of you who might have just tuned in, you're watching the second semi-final of the 2016 Australian Six Red Snooker Championship, being beamed out live from the Launceston Workers Club in Tasmania. We're coming up to the fifth frame, where we'll have a break of 5 minutes at the end of this frame. Match is evenly poised, the two frames all. Alex Pace and Carl Barrett. Of course, Carl, the recent Australian under-21 snooker champion. Carl is breaking off in the fifth frame.
That's a great little break.
It's a great break.
Balls up, even if it goes further. So he's asked the question here straight off the break. He's going to swing off this top red, come around the table.
Oh, this is interesting.
He's just missed that by a little too much.
I'm going to navigate the yellow.
And he's gave a big opening here. Look, walking into the break with a 3-2 lead has got to have a psychological advantage.
Luke Webber's kindly gone to get me a stool after standing up for about 12 hours yesterday. I'm not even sure where I'm standing today, but I guess the old adage, once you sit down you can't get up again.
So the guys that really have to pump the white ball now, and it's not really travelling at all.
Which is a shame really, because the clock was so fast. We may suggest to Royden about ironing.
Lifted so much you can see all the handprints there, so even when you're queuing across the table on a slow shot, you've got to be careful that the white doesn't deviate off with all those hand marks. But in saying that, the table does play beautiful. Yeah, Royden Bishop has didn't he put the cloth on?
Yeah, he and Graham Pickett and some guys, they've done a marvellous job. As I said, the venue looks remarkably different to the last time I was up here. What they've done with the main billiard room, which has got 3 tables where the majority of the round robin matches were played yesterday. So it's a credit to the club. It's nicely closed in, it's created a really good atmosphere.
So Carl's looking at drilling this red down the rail, and he's looked at the pink. It looks like it goes to the right hand bottom pocket here. He's just overdone it a fraction, but
if it had kept climbing, it would have been good.
I can see him pumping this blue, going down past the brown. Probably play for the red on the black spot. Oh, the pocket. My natural instinct is he's going to pump it in, then he'll have the red on the black spot into the right hand pocket down here. It's a bit hard to see.
Our TV, the obviously viewers are getting the same picture as we are, but I'm trying to glance over the table. Yeah,
anyway, unless it's too straight. Yeah, he's going to lift into this. Oh, okay. That is a brilliant shot.
Powered into it.
He's left himself 2 options here.
You're thinking in the back
The
red there?
red.
Yep.
Where the pink is.
So we're dropping onto the black. Just seen it in replay. But you can see the amount of power that he had to get on the ball to run around, whereas yesterday.
Great Q action, great Q power here. See, he's looking at
He's
developing this other red here as well.
So he's in a positive mindset in this frame.
He might have been a bit unlucky here. He's probably snookered himself on that yellow, has he? He would have been counting the frame out there, I would say, if he got on the yellow, which looks a bit iffy from here.
Yep.
He's called the yellow, so I don't know if he can get enough purchase on this to bring it back down. When they're in the pocket like that, Rob, it is very hard to get the white ball to react. The ball tends to just die. Now, he probably couldn't get enough on the left-hand side of the yellow ball to really dig deep and bring the white ball back down, so he's had to hit it fairly thick.
Yep.
And there's just no room for that white ball to travel.
One stage I thought he might have played one of the other ball colours to go in off the yellow, so he had a big pocket, you know.
Correct, yeah. Now he's avoided that centre jaw perfectly. Alex will have a crack at this for sure.
And I'm cautiously looking at the main scoreboard after our last frame, and all is in order.
Yeah, he's lifted on the shot there, and with those long shots, they are pressure shots. You've got to do everything humanly possible with your Q action. Every now and then when he has those shots, he does tend to drop his elbow and lift into the shot. That'll come with time. He's got all the other assets going with him.
Les. Like if he drops on the black, you'd almost think that his frame is gone. Gets the kiss, he might be alright. It's going to be awkward, but at least he's got a shot.
He's leaning over the top here. He won't be trying to do anything flash with this. He'll just be all out for the pot.
A little bit of table maintenance, like all the players do. Looking for the odd stray here, or
now, these are tough shots.
I thought he touched the red.
And he's touched.
He has touched the red. Well, let's
see, and a typical scenario there, when you follow through and you drop your elbow, your back elbow, the cue comes down, and that's why he has touched the red. In following through, he's dropped his back arm, he's brought the cue down and touched the red.
Yep, I'm just waiting for our scoreboard to upgrade, and it has. The 7-point penalty's gone in. And I don't quite understand that. Les, you might have more to say about that shot.
Well, that shot was virtually to win the frame.
Yep.
You don't just get down and bash him like that. And again, he's got to start thinking about these critical shots in the game. That was a clincher. Sure, he had to punch out for the black, but certainly not at that pace where you're just going to kill the red. It's probably been a bit fortunate that it hasn't set over the can somewhere. Carl was looking to win the match off that shot. Now, Alex should be playing
off this top red,
just
safe.
Out for the pot, nothing flash. The white's going to naturally come up
behind them.
Behind the colours.
Yep. I think if he slows his shots down, he'll be better off.
And again, he's jumped straight back up off the shot. He's got to stay down, follow through, push his cue dead straight. Sure, there's a lot of pressure there, but you've got to go back to the basics and think about your cueing.
Once again, the impressive signage in the background. Mont's on the logistics, a major sponsor for the 2016 National Red Snooker Championship. Great pot.
That is a fantastic. He virtually had no option but to go for that ball. Such was the position he was left in, but he's drilled it. He's given himself every opportunity now with the dead straight blue.
Another half a roll, Les, it's all over. Like if he just gets topside of it.
Watch, he drops his back arm. What's a bit hard to tell off that one?
It's just here. Yeah. You see the feather.
He sort of scoops into it.
Yep.
Salty's just reminded us how great those replays are. And,
the little feather.
He is, which we all agree with. Because after the games, it's his shout.
Hang on. He's got the wrong break.
Now, I think the break on the TV screen has gone on to Alex instead of Carl.
He's got the
so
break
we
on
might
the
get
wrong
guys
side.
to just correct that. If we can have a look at the live screen, what's the real score up there, Rob? Let's get it in unison here. Yeah, they put the break on Alex's instead of Kyle's. Can you just check the main score for us, please?
We're just getting an update. We're trying to look at the live score, but we believe the score went on to the wrong player. We're just checking that. No, it should be
7 to 32. We understand 32 to Carl.
No, it will be 22. 22 it will be. We're just trying to get an update. If Salty can just take the red and the blue, which he's doing, and now 6 needs to come come off. Okay, we're back to live action. That's reflecting the live scoreboard in the room. Yep.
So that ball's pulled up again, but he still left Alex a very tough shot here. Alex may even have a crack at it. It's a tough pot. Alex has just got to stay down on the shot. He's jumping up a lot.
Has he got the snooker, Les? Yeah. Well, still pressure on.
I don't have this tendency, but Alex and Carla, great little kids. They're good-looking boys.
Yeah.
And
What happened to us?
no, in all sincerity, and they play the game like professionals. These boys should be pin-up.
Yep, our poster boys for the snooker. Fully clothed, of course. Frame is delicately poised. Forget about the difference in the scoreboard because this red is everything.
Well, your basic, let's forget about the red here. 14 points in front in the game requires your opponent requiring all the colours to get out. Obviously, you're going to put one here and there on the way, but we always look as 14 as being the clincher for the game, where your opponent needs to pot every ball to beat you.
Two options, maybe, Les?
Yeah, look, I think the pot is just too big a shot.
Yep.
He'd be looking at pumping this red probably through the yellow and the brown and screwing in behind the pink here with the white ball.
Yep. You've called it. He's probably overhit it.
The red.
I wouldn't give up on this red just yet. Oh dear.
I mean, it's gone in. You don't like to see a game marred by that, and you can see Alex shaking his head. He was right in that game. Carl's played a loose shot, and Alex hasn't reaped the rewards of that. So, you know, you do all the hard yards, and then something like that happens to you, but you just got to get over it, move on.
Absolutely.
There's a game to be won. So, Rob, where I called the object ball there, the red going in between the yellow and the brown, it just goes to show how much the balls are skidding off here.
It took off, and
That
we didn't
really
expect that.
took off and went between, what was it, the brown and the green, I
Yep,
think.
eventually.
So 16 points the difference here. Carl's on a colour. It's a tricky colour.
It's looking like he's cutting the yellow back. It's gonna
He might even be playing a snooker here.
yeah. Yes, good
Yeah,
call, Les.
that
Good call. Up for the shot.
The shot puts the pressure on.
Percentage
That
shot.
is a fantastic shot.
That's a great shot.
Now, Alex has really got to gather his thoughts back together here now.
You can chop.
Instead of having a red sitting over the pocket for him, he's chock-a-block up in behind the black, and it's a tough one to get out of. I think is the green in the way on the way through. He's got to play that to perfection. If he comes off this side right rail, he goes the other way. The pink's in the way. This is a tough shot.
And of course, confronted with the foul and the miss scenario, so mathematically the frame might evaporate in front of his eyes.
Exactly. I mean, if you have the distance between the white and the yellow, that's where you should be hitting on the rail. But with the skid and the
Yep.
centre pocket being in the way here, all of a sudden the balls look really big and the table looks small.
Yep.
Perhaps I should have said that the other way around.
I was going to correct you, but I knew you'd come back. I knew you were all over it.
That is
Well,
a great hit.
But we're not allowed to applaud, obviously, but we did.
That is one
'cause
time where I was quite proud of Alex getting down and just whacking into that. Now, he must have dug that with bottom left-hand side or something.
So he must have checked it up somehow. It's taken
He has
off
played that
massively.
with a heap of left-hand side. You won't see a better shot than that, particularly on these tables. Full credit to him. He was going for all money if he doesn't get out of that snooker. Would have been a foul and miss.
Yep.
Put it back each time. Carl's going to have to earn one here. He's played a very wise shot.
Either way, it looks like he's got cover of some description. Might have just drifted
So
past it.
this is where Alex should go up. That's good. This is brilliant. Have a look. He's going to come off the rail. He's going to hit the
Kick it
yellow
up the back.
fairly. He's got to hit it fairly firm.
Yep.
But he wants to hit it fairly thick as well.
So it
white
stays there.
exactly where the yellow is, and he sends. You want the yellow just off hitting its centre when you hit it up the back. You don't want to bring it down over the pocket.
Yep.
Because he wants to bring it off the rail down behind the black. That's the object. Yeah. I mean, it's still a good shot.
Yep.
But there's an opportunity there.
He had his opportunity to get
opponent
his
back.
I agree. He's,
So some of these strategy games, by gee, it takes it out of you. But if you can give one up on your opponent,
and let's face it,
makes
it's
you much
2-all,
stronger.
and they're going to go to the break. Someone's going to be leading 3-2. Momentum. You know, like if Alex comes back and pinches this, where Carl's look like
So
he's
Carl's
had it.
looking at hitting this full ball, sending the yellow around the table. Yep. Probably a bit too hard. Is going to bring him undone.
Tell you what, shades of the red ball. The yellow's just
That's
rolling
right.
on.
Now, even though that's over the pocket, this is a tough shot. As in, he'll want to pump this. So you just got to watch you don't scoop over the top of the white ball. He may even come off the rail, pot the yellow. It's got a natural angle to come around, miss the black, miss the centre pocket on the left-hand side, and he'll be right on the green. Yeah, look, that was obviously the correct shot.
Yes.
We were just looking at a couple of options.
Couple
there.
options.
But again, with the yellow being so close to the pocket and where the white ball is, the white could not travel to get perfect on the green, given that the rails and the cloth has slowed up so much.
I'll give him a chance here, Les. He's been looked down and out in this frame. It's about time he punched one in. Well, there you go. He's just made a liar of me. But I think he might have got out of it if it keeps rolling. If I said, well, there's plenty more frames left, though.
So Carl's going to have a crack at this for sure. He's just got to watch that he doesn't hit the black on the way back through. 14 points to diff. Yeah, he's played that well. Again, it's pulled up very suddenly at the last minute. So I can see Alex having another go here, for sure. I just concentrated on Alex's cue action then and his back arm, and it was perfect before I even saw the ball go in. And it just goes to show you do all the basics right, you reap the rewards.
Yep.
So this is a very tough shot to try to nurse this one in the centre. Okay, so I know it was a tough shot, but that time he did get up off the cue. But sometimes it's hard to stay down and do everything perfect when you're under pressure. This ball potentially decides the frame.
Yeah, that's right. He's 11 behind. So Carl needs brown and blue. Trusting that scoreboard, but I'm glancing at the major one.
I don't know if this is on or not. He may be looking at going down in behind the black with the white ball.
nicer percentages.
So Alex will hit the brown on the left-hand side, sending the white ball up towards the yellow pocket there.
Yep.
And bring the brown ball back down. So looking for he's hit a bit thick, but it looks good.
Either way, once he gets out of the way.
A fraction to the left there of the brown ball, and he gets a great result. Now,
He's been a bit
brown's
unlucky
gonna
with the
decide
kiss, I
fate.
think. Yeah.
There's no two ways about this. Whoever gets the brown with the blue sitting up over the centre there, you've got all options for it.
Just a live update. Third quarter, Carlton and Essendon. Carlton 26, Essendon 11.
I don't
Third
think
quarter.
you can do this, Rob, because of copyright, is it right? We don't
Yeah,
get shut down.
Probably right.
He's done it again, has he?
I think he might have a little gap. The referees are usually a good indicator when they start checking things.
He can get through here.
Yep.
Get a snooker beyond the pink.
He needed that.
Oh,
He
he's at
needed a
centre draw
bounce.
as well.
He's put his hand up as if he's got a snooker, but from our angle, it looks
He might
like
be able to hit enough from
Yeah.
where we look.
I think he'll
Hit
get
the brown
enough,
on the left-hand side,
even with a slight messy.
and bring the brown down the table, back up towards the pink, with the white travelling off the rail back in beyond the black here. So if he's got that angle, it's a Monty to get a snooker here, I would think. He's just got to avoid a double kiss. Watch the again that skid off the rail. And the white didn't travel as far as I thought it would.
No.
You see him bounce straight off. That just died when it hit the rail.
And what he's done is now given Alex a free swing at this, and knowing Alex. No, I'm not sure if he went for the pot or not, or either it was a very bad pot.
Went for the pot. He might have had some luck too.
He's had a lot of luck.
I don't think that's on.
No, it looks well thought of the hole, even on our angle here.
I don't think Carl will go down the table and back up. Surely not.
Not at this stage of the match list.
Or can he play a jaw snooker here? That'll be a very brave shot.
It's a tricky one actually. He's, you think he's got to get it thin enough so that he can get up and down.
I'd be going down the table to be quite honest.
Up and down, do you mean? For
Yeah.
the. You've always been a brave player, though.
That's why I haven't won many games lately. That obviously was the correct shot to play. He's been a bit unlucky. Great attempt. So Alex can pop this ball, get on the blue, perhaps chip the pink out. Bit of frustration creeping in now with Alex. He's just got to keep his cool, wait till the break. Snooker's such a, how do I explain, a strange game in the sense you don't get the opportunity to let go of your aggression. It's not like your physical contact sports like footy and even cricket to that matter where you can swing the bat. When things are not going right in snooker, you've just got to cop it, regroup, gather your thoughts, forget about the shot that you've just played or the bad luck that didn't go your way, and get on with the game and win it.
Yep, no, I totally agree. There's a few mental demons you're trying to fight your opponent, the table, the conditions, your own cueing. You start self-doubting yourself.
Come on it. Yeah, 27, so it's 15 the div. So Carl needs a ball. Alex needs the three of them. He overcut that, but he's
Providing he doesn't snooker himself, all is good with the world for
body
Carl.
language might tell the story. I'd say he snookered himself looking at the angle here, but
Either way,
it's not a tough one to get out of really. He's got a fair bit of room to clear the centre pocket, just going straight up the table and back down.
Yep.
And not only that,
Alex
assuming
needs
he's
two
snookered,
snookers in any event. driver's seat.
He'll go up the table, straight back down.
Yep.
He's going to push the pink towards the pocket, which he wants.
That's what he wants.
I can't see him missing this.
So shortly we're going to the break after the 5th frame, and it appears as though Carl Barrett will lead 3 frames to 2, but we won't go the early crow just yet. But he's obviously in the driver's seat with a huge lead, only the pink and black on the table. To follow after that, was obviously the winner of this match will play Kurt Dunham in the best of 11 frames final. Played really well.
He's played that very well. Unless it goes straight. Well, Alex has got a chance here to screw the pink into the pocket, draw it out. That's it. He's been a bit he just rushed it. There was a big opportunity there to play that shot correctly.
Yep.
Just glide up in behind the black. So he was sending the pink across the right there, which is what he did. Draw it out.
I think you're right, Les. We've identified a few things that if Alex just polishes up, and there isn't a lot in this match, the scoreboard will tell you that.
Look, Alex is a great little player, and he's just got to, instead of getting down, having a lash every now and then, even like that ball
there's
there,
another one.
mean,
It's almost like he's conceded the frame.
At 2 snookers, I mean, they're possible. You never give up. So Alex trails Kale 3-2. We'll have a 5-minute break and then we'll be back into it.